Good evening, this is the Northern Sun Experience. I'm David Brown, and one of the undefeateds has finally fallen. Coming into this past weekend, 3 NSIC football teams were 8-0 on the season: Minnesota Duluth, Minnesota State, and Sioux Falls. The latter two met up in a high-powered showdown Saturday in Mankato. No score in the first. USF's Luke Papillion gets rocked on the play action. Barry Ballinger recovers the fumble, and the Mavericks are in business. Ensuing drive, Nick Piracini fakes out absolutely everyone and goes up the right side. 7-yard touchdown run, 7-0 Minnesota State. 10-7 now in the third when USF takes the lead. Papillion finds Josh Angulo, 31-yard touchdown, and the Cougs have a 14-10 advantage. But the Maverick D would tighten and the offense would open up. Piracini goes play action and finds Dorian Buford, 41-yard strike. MSU retakes the lead 17-14. And they'd add some insurance later as Connor Thomas sneaks through the line and emerges with nothing but open field. 70-yard touchdown. The Mavs win the Battle of the Best 27-14 over USF. The other Sioux Falls team, Augustana, was at home hosting Winona State. First quarter, Trey Hyde buying some time. He'll eventually find a wide-open Charlie Hayes. 14-yard strike, 7-0 Vikings. 10-zip now in the second. Hyde once again buying time. He'll dump it off to Dejan Newell, and he does the rest, just getting into the end zone. 12-yard score makes it 17-0. Third quarter, Newell adds to his day with this 3-yard rush. 24-0 at that point. He had 133 yards on the ground, and Augustana tops Winona State 33-8. Concordia St. Paul hoping to maintain momentum from last week's overtime win at Southwest Minnesota State this week. That's Trey Spears getting in from 2 yards out. 7-zip Golden Bears. Last play of the first quarter, Charlie Kern finds Nathaniel Hewitt. Great reaching catch, and we're all tied at 7. But if that catch was great, this one is spectacular. Cordell Smith tips it to himself. 40-yard touchdown, 14-7 Concordia. Golden Bears up 24-13 in the third when Darius Chapes eludes some tacklers. 26-yard touchdown, 31-13 Concordia St. Paul at that point, and the Golden Bears keep on shining with a 38-20 win over SMSU. Upper Iowa looking to stop a 3-game losing streak, hosting Wayne State. No score in the first. Nick Roth bounces off one tackler and avoids 3 others for the score. A great effort. Wayne State's up 7-zip. 9-zip after a safety when the Peacocks strike back. Chris Smith, 41 yards to pay dirt. The lead is cut to 9-7. 16-7 now when Cole Jaskey finds Derek Giesking on the quick slant. He does the rest. 16 yards. Wayne's lead is once again back down to 2. And those points were just the first of 31 unanswered for Upper Iowa. Lucas Hefty cuts back inside and scores 38-16 at that point, and the Peacocks double up the Wildcats 58-29. When we come back, we'll look at the North Division, where Minnesota Duluth wanted to keep pace with Minnesota State and move to 9-0.
The Northern Sun Experience on Midco Sports Network is presented by CU Mortgage Direct LLC, Sanford Health, and Dakota Land Honda.
Welcome back to the Northern Sun Experience. Now, we already saw Sioux Falls suffer its first loss, and that leaves Minnesota State and Minnesota Duluth as the only undefeated teams left in the conference. The Bulldogs looking to keep pace with the Mavericks as they travel to Minnesota Crookston. First quarter, Bo Bofferding takes the sweep and goes up the left side to pay dirt. 37 yards, 7-0 Bulldogs. It's 21-3 in the second when Drew Bauer buys some time. He'll eventually hit Aaron Roth for the score. Then in the third quarter, it's Nate Ricci from 24 yards out. UMD takes care of business on the road, 77-3 over the Golden Eagles. Sticking in Minnesota, MSU Moorhead hosted Minot State on Saturday. Dragons already up 7-zip and adding to it. Zane Medhog takes the screen and gets in from 7 yards out. 14-0 MSU Moorhead. Later in the second, Jake Hodge finds Hunter Broughton 28-zip at halftime. Third quarter, MedHog does things on the ground this time. 35 yards to the house, the Dragons extinguish the Beavers 52-7. Bemidji State and St. Cloud State looking to bounce back from losses last week. First quarter, Jaden Huff, 37 yards to the house, 6-0 Huskies early. Let's jump to the fourth quarter, 23-8 Huskies now. Nate Meyer finds Taylor Berger on the left sideline. He tiptoes between defenders and goes all the way. 70 yards, 30-8 at that point, but Bemidji State would make a comeback. Tahi Nomain from 7 yards out, 30-14. Later in the fourth, Jordan Hine to Josh Genske, it's 30-20. Still in the fourth quarter, Hine to Blake Holder, 19-yard score, 30-27 with just a minute to go, but St. Cloud State would recover the onside kick and run out the clock. The Huskies survive the Beaver comeback, 30-27. Our last game pit Northern State at the University of Mary. No score in the first, Jared Jacobson with the great play-action fake as he runs for the 1-yard score, 7-0 Wolves. 14-13 Northern now in the second when Jacobson finds Cody Kraft for the score, 21-13 NSU. Back come the Marauders, Zach Roberson over the middle to Vashon Pope. That cuts it to 21-20, but the Wolves would not relinquish the lead. Nick Truen gets the short pass and he does the rest up the right sideline. 41 yards to the house and Northern State tops UMary 42-33. They're now 6-3 on the season. Looking ahead to this Saturday, we're down to the final 2 weeks of the regular season. Our best matchup pits Upper Iowa at Sioux Falls in the Rushmore State at noon. Starting at 1, we've got Southwest Minnesota State at Winona State, MSU Moorhead at Bemidji State, Augustana at Concordia St. Paul, Minnesota Crookston at Northern State, and UMary at Minnesota Duluth. St. Cloud State travels to Minot State at 1:30, and our only 2 o'clock game is Minnesota State at Wayne State. And those last 2 weeks could prove to be critical for Sioux Falls because even with one loss, they're in danger of not making the Division II playoffs. These are the latest rankings from Super Region 3, which is comprised of the NSIC and 3 other conferences. Now only the top 6 teams in the region make the playoffs, and as you can see, Sioux Falls fell to 7th after their loss to Minnesota State. So as of now, the Cougars are on the outside looking in, but they have the next 2 weeks to prove they belong. When we come back, an inside look at how the spirit of Halloween provided a bond for the Northern State track and field team.
The Northern Sun Experience on Midco Sports Network is presented by CU Mortgage Direct LLC, Sanford Health, and Dakota Land Honda.
And welcome back to the Northern Sun Experience. Minnesota Duluth and Concordia St. Paul have continued to solidify their positions atop both the NSIC and National Volleyball polls. The Bulldogs and Golden Bears are first and second respectively in the conference, as well as second and third nationally. On Tuesday, the rivals met in St. Paul for a rematch of the October 11th match, which Minnesota Duluth swept 3-zip. Monica Turner gets the easy kill right away for the Bulldogs, who have an early lead. Later, UMD showing off a bit of defense as Anna Schlock's kill attempt is blocked by Turner and Maddie Saroin. Golden Bears trying to keep it close, however. Great persistence and effort here by Emma Lang as she eventually gets the kill, but the Bulldogs would simply be too much. Ashley Hinch sets up Mariah Sharp for the kill. Minnesota Duluth sweeps the season series over Concordia St. Paul. 3-1 is your final in this one. Now last week, the Bulldogs had quite the showdown at home with Wayne State. Tied at 2 in the decisive 5th set, the Wildcats' Riley Funk uses a little funk here to drop it in, and Wayne State takes a 5-2 lead. Later, it's Alyssa Frauendorfer with the kill. The Wildcats are thinking upset, but the Bulldogs would hang tough. Maddie Saroin gets it over later in the set, and then it's Sydney Mock with the block. UMD holds on 3-2 on Friday. If you include their wins over Augustana on Saturday and Concordia St. Paul on Tuesday, they're now 26-1 on the season. In other volleyball action from Halloween, Northern State visited Winona State. First set, the Warriors set up Danielle Rampart for the kill. They take that one 25-18. Second set, it's yet another kill by Rampart. Winona State wins 25-20. Call this game the Star-Spangled Banner because o'er the Ramparts we watched were so gallantly winning. This ace clinches the victory. The Warriors top the Wolves 3-0. Switching gears to soccer, where the conference tournament got underway earlier today. Over the weekend, several of the top teams were still jockeying for position in the tournament. We're going to start in Marshall, Minnesota, where Augustana took on Southwest Minnesota State. Just 23 seconds into the game, Kylie Redmond gets it ahead to Miranda Cadena for the goal. Her 12th of the year, 1-0 Mustangs. Second half now, 55th minute, Cadena on the fast break gets another goal. SMSU tops Augustana 2-1, and they go into the conference tournament as the number 6 seed. Meanwhile, Minnesota State was hoping to complete a perfect regular season against Winona State. That's Emily Morris with the boot to give the Mavs a 1-0 lead in the 32nd minute. Later, 68th minute now, and watch this. Morris with the corner kick, Dana Savino with the header, and Kiana Nickel finishes it off. The ball never hits the ground, a thing of beauty for the second goal of the game, and that's all the Mavs would need. They top Winona State 2-0 to finish a perfect regular season.
It's honestly really exciting. It gives us a lot of confidence going into the tournament and then hopefully the national tournament. So ending the season with, an undefeated season, no ties, gives us a lot of confidence, and we all are really excited going into postseason play here.
And here's a look at the quarterfinal bracket. Now, we taped this on Wednesday morning, so these matchups have already been decided. Number 8 Bemidji State at number 1 Minnesota State was at 1 o'clock. Number 5 Minot State at number 4 Upper Iowa was at 2 o'clock, along with number 7 Minnesota Duluth at number 2 Augustana. Number 6 Southwest Minnesota State is at number 3 Winona State at 5 o'clock. Now, the semifinals featuring the winners of those 4 matchups are on Friday, November 7th, with the conference championship on Sunday, November 9th. Well, Halloween usually gives us a chance to dress up and be something we're not. But for the Northern State track and field team, transforming into someone else helped each member find out who their teammates truly are. Last Thursday, the Wolves used fun, games, and a little bit of the Halloween spirit to become even stronger. On this day, it's actually pretty easy to find Waldo, and Captain America is here to save the day. But imitation is still the sincerest form of flattery.
I'm Coach Nacky.
Seemed to get a great response. Did you
Oh
anticipate
yeah.
that?
Oh yes. Yes. I actually was expecting it to be a little worse, but no, it was really good.
It was pretty funny. I knew someone was going to do it, so I was glad it was just one person, but I thought he pulled it off well.
Some athletes are inspired by their pregnant coaches, others by the bargain bin.
Whoever the wrestler was, I guess he termed himself the Sandman. It was pretty hilarious.
I don't know. I just went to Target and I just saw it, looked for what I could find, and this is what the first thing I saw, and I thought this would be funny to do.
It doesn't really matter if you're a wrestler, a banana, or someone with purple hair, but these Northern State track athletes are actually competing in backward scooter races and Nerf javelin throws through a hula hoop. And karaoke.
I thought it was really fun. It was fun. It was nice to have a day off and just to do some team bonding activities, so it was really fun.
Coach Nacky's definitely the brains behind it. She had all our sprinters and jumpers do it last year, and this year we made sure to incorporate the whole team because it looked like a pretty fun thing they did last year, and kind of gets the kids fired up for something a little bit different.
It's a huge thing for us. If you don't mesh well with your team, you're not going to go out there and compete hard. So I think it really helps having a strong bond with the kids, and they really enjoy it, and it's a long season, so I'm glad we're able to do things like this.
The Halloween practice was so fun, in fact, that some athletes would like some other holiday practices.
I hope we do like Christmas stuff. That'd be a lot of fun. And hopefully like something for St. Patrick's Day or something like that.
I missed that memo, I guess. Well, we'll have to look into it maybe.
I don't know about that, but I have done a turkey hunt before for Thanksgiving, and that was kind of fun, but we'll see.
Thanksgiving is just a few weeks away, so we'll see if these Wolves are hungry for more practices, or if they're just hungry enough to keep dressing like food. When we come back, our Under the Northern Sun feature spotlights the University of Minnesota Crookston. You're watching the Northern Sun Experience.
The Northern Sun Experience on Midco Sports Network is presented by CU Mortgage Direct LLC, Sanford Health, and Dakota Land Honda.
And welcome back to the Northern Sun Experience. As we do every week, it's time for Under the Northern Sun, where we spotlight one of our member schools. Tonight, it's the University of Minnesota Crookston, where student athletes showcase the latest and greatest that campus has to offer.
Hi, I'm Katie Sheets, a member of the women's golf team, and welcome to the University of Minnesota Crookston.
Opened in 1905 as the Northwest School of Agriculture, UMC made the transition to a 2-year college in 1966 and became a 4-year university in 1993. UMC takes pride in being a small campus, but has recently achieved their highest enrollment ever with 1,876 students registered this fall. In addition, UMC is a very technology-based campus and was the first campus to give each of its students a laptop.
Hi, I'm Jesse Jennings, senior here at the University of Minnesota Crookston, majoring in criminal justice. I'm also a member of the baseball team. We're standing here at the Sargent Student Center. The Sargent Student Center opened in 2005 and is one of the biggest gathering spots for UMC's student body, providing several daily services, conveniences, and amenities for the Golden Eagle community. The Student Center includes a UMC bookstore, bead ballroom, Northern Lights Lounge, Prairie Room, Minnesota Room, and a post office. The Northern Lights Lounge features a big screen LCD TV, pool tables, foosball table, and an air hockey table, and is a great spot for students to kill time between classes and meet with friends or study during the day.
My name is John Hughes, member of the University of Minnesota Crookston basketball team. I'm a junior business management major minoring in entrepreneurship. Lee Soccer Gymnasium is a 3,000-seat facility opened in 1981 that serves as the home for the UMC volleyball and men's and women's basketball. In addition, Lee Soccer Gymnasium hosts several high school events throughout the year and also hosts UMC's graduation ceremonies. Next to the Sports Center, which contains Lee Soccer Gymnasium, UMC's campus will get a new addition with a new 36,000 square foot wellness center featuring a 2-court recreational gymnasium space, workout and fitness spaces, locker rooms, public spaces, a classroom, and a multi-purpose room. UMC broke ground on the $10 million project in the fall of 2014.
My name is Delaney Covers, and I'm a sophomore here at UMC. I'm double majoring in business management and marketing, and I'm a member of UMC's women's soccer team.
Completed in January of 2013, Heritage Hall is the focal point of UMC's state-of-the-art residence hall options. Heritage Hall provides suite-style living for UMC students. The suites are equipped with 1 bathroom, 2 bedrooms, 2 mini refrigerators, and a living room. All 5 residence halls on the UMC campus provide recreation and multi-purpose options for the Golden Eagle community, like exercise rooms and rec rooms that include pool and game tables.
Hi, my name is Brittany Looker, and I'm on the women's volleyball team here at UMC. My major is health sciences, and we're here at UCLear.
The Undergraduate Collaborative Learning and Experimental Applied Research Lab, or UCLear, features touchscreen technology on Pixel Sense tables that allows students from many different disciplines, including software engineering and the health sciences, a chance to utilize state-of-the-art technology. I have personally used this for anatomy and physiology with the BodyViz program. It allows us to look more in depth at muscles, bones, organs, blood vessels, and even seeing a tumor in the brain.
Hi, my name is Julian McElroy. I'm a freshman football player at the University of Minnesota Crookston. I major in business management, and I'm from Sacramento, California. Ed Woodseth Field is a 2,000-seat facility that is home of the UMC football team. It includes a grass playing surface and an all-weather track. The facility was named for former Northwest School of Agriculture grad Ed Woodseth, who went on to an All-American career at the University of Minnesota and an All-Pro career for the New York Giants.
When we come back, it's DB's Picks, my top 5 plays of the past week in the NSIC. You're watching the Northern Sun Experience.
The Northern Sun Experience on Midco Sports Network is presented by CU Mortgage Direct LLC, Sanford Health, and Dakota Land Honda.
And welcome back to the Northern Sun Experience. It's time for the best of the best, the top 5 plays of the past week in the NSIC. At number 5, we head to Marshall, Minnesota, where the Mustangs may have been a step behind the Golden Bears, but Nathaniel Hewitt knows when to put his foot down. The tiptoe catch in the end zone, check it out again. Hewitt's on the edge of glory and hanging on a moment of truth. Now, the truth is that SMSU lost to Concordia St. Paul, but Hewitt's fantastic catch is number 5 on my top plays. At number 4, to continue our music theme, Party Roth is in the house tonight, and Nick Roth is having a good time. Check out the extra effort to bounce off one tackler and avoid a handful of others. This 14-yard touchdown gave the Wayne State Wildcats an early lead, but Upper Iowa would eventually prevail. Nevertheless, the grit and determination to get into the end zone checks in at number 4. For number 3, we go to St. Cloud, where Taylor Berger fries the Bemidji State defense. Squeezes between defenders on his way to a 70-yard touchdown. That put St. Cloud State up 30-8, and they would need those points on that touchdown to survive a Bemidji State comeback. Nate Meyer may have put a soft touch on the pass, but it was Berger who made the Beaver defense look rough. For number 2, Minnesota State's women's soccer team is always a head above the rest of the competition, but having a good set of feet is always a plus. Emily Morris with the corner kick, Dana Savino with the header, and Kiana Nickel with the goal. The ball never touches the ground on this beautiful setup and execution. The Mavericks complete a perfect regular season thanks to plays like that. But for number 1, we head back to where we started in Marshall, Minnesota. Concordia St. Paul's Cordell Smith uses the extension to haul in a one-handed touchdown. Check it out again, great concentration to bring the ball back to himself. The Golden Bears get their second straight win, and Cordell Smith is number 1 on my top plays. Once again, a thank you to all NSIC schools for contributing their time and video to make this show happen. For all of us at Midco Sports Network, I am David Brown. We'll see you next week on The Experience.